What is going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of Crypto Zombie. I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been liking, subscribing, leaving me comments, and also I wanted to say I apologize. I did not bring you guys a video yesterday. I was at day 2 of NEO DevCon. I was working on like 5 hours of sleep. I was totally exhausted. So today I'm home. I'm back in New York. It's been a very long few days, but really awesome event. So I really just want to get right back on track, start bringing you guys videos. And today I'm going to make 2 videos. My first video is we got to talk about what is going on right now, what is happening in the market. So as you can see, we are below 500 billion. That is a number that I did not think we would be seeing. And I said that if we dipped to $440 billion, which is basically half of the all-time high, that pretty much puts us in crash territory, all right? That is the definition of a crash. We have been seeing quite a bear market these past few days especially. But the one thing I always say, though, is if you switch it to Bitcoin, you see that a lot of it does have to do with the money that's coming out of Bitcoin, and the alts are just feeling it the worst. So if you come down here, what's actually really funny is NEO is actually sitting at 0%. So even though we've had this run up and then this fall, NEO is actually even. So anyone that's been holding NEO over the course of this event that's been going on, even though you may be down on your dollar amount, you're actually not down on your Satoshi amount. So you'll actually have the exact same Bitcoin comparative. So if you wanted to trade right now, you'd actually be able to trade for a pretty good deal, all right? So that's something that I always recommend. And another thing, too, to consider if you want to switch it back to the US dollar amount is today is Thursday. Some people get paid today. Maybe tomorrow you get paid. So always look at these opportunities as chances to buy coins that maybe you were interested in getting into, but you never had, you didn't have the time, or you didn't have the money, or maybe it was just too high for you at the time. And if you change it over to the biggest gainers and you go the other way, you could see the biggest losers on the first page. So if these are good projects that you believe in, like for example, Achain, all right? Achain took a pretty massive hit, which is really strange because they just had their first annual Genesis Summit. So that might be one of those buy the rumor, sell the news type things. If you look at Ethos, that's a steal right now for $4. We had seen that touch almost, I think it was $13 at some point. So to anyone that was looking to scoop some of that up, and you could just come in here and really just scroll down and really look at what the best deals of the day are. I always look at the red as a sales day, get an opportunity to get in and buy up a coin you've been looking at. So moving on, a lot of people are like, well, what is causing this? Some of this you may already know, some of this you may not. I haven't been around. We'll do a really quick recap, and then I'd like to get to some other news real quick. The first and obvious thing is the Bitcoin price drop because the media actually misinterpreted a government regulation speech from India. So actually what happened was the India's financial minister, right? He had made a speech and he had just simply referred to a crackdown of illegitimate activities involving crypto. But somehow this got mixed and lost in translation that they're doing an all-out ban. And what happens when China bans it and Korea bans it and now India bans it, but they're not actually banning it. You see right here it says the government does not recognize cryptocurrency as legal tender or coin and will take all measures to eliminate the use of these crypto assets in financing illegitimate activities or as part of the payment system. But they haven't actually taken any action. They haven't done anything. They're not moving forward with anything. But it just turned into one of these things, and it always goes from the east to the west, okay? Bad news will come out in China, and then the next thing you know, they'll be reporting it in the UK, and then next thing you know, we're all waking up over here on the East Coast, in New York, and then we're spreading the FUD over to the West Coast, and then Australia wakes up, and it's just one of those bad cycles where it's just misinterpreted information is basically what's happening right now. We see this all the time in crypto. I wouldn't freak out about it. This is not going to be the last time that this is going to happen, all right? Moving on to the next story is that the SEC and the CFTC is actually going to have a 100% focused crypto dedicated hearing next week, all right? So that is having people a little bit worried because they're saying that these new markets are evolving internationally and they need to be assessed. They need to be looked at, all right? The same way we were seeing the issues with the taxes. Now the SEC, they want to really look into it and see what is going on. How are we going to handle this? Because they know that it's growing. I mean, yes, the market's taking a hit, but the interest for crypto is growing. The amount of people invested in crypto is growing. And that had to do a lot with the original Korea FUD that we saw a while ago. It wasn't so much that Korea wanted to ban, crypto altogether. It was just that they were seeing a lot of people put so much of their hard-earned money into this, and it is a volatile market, and it is scary. So I do understand that the governments are attempting to regulate to help us because obviously, we're stupid and we don't know what we're doing with our money, which to me, that's just a free market. If I want to pay $100 for a bag of rocks, I should be able to do that, right? Right? Because it's my money. If I want to throw it out the window, that should be my right. But, they want to protect their citizens, right? So that's something that we're also seeing happening. And in other news, we also see that it is tax season. So while everyone's getting super excited to get back their tax returns, at the same time, a lot of these big crypto whale investors are getting their 1099s, all right? So there is a potential chance that maybe they're actually paying their taxes. That might be why we're seeing some crypto leave the space. They're probably taking it off so that they can convert it into fiat and pay their taxes. But it could be a combination of everything. As you can see here, look at all these new implications that they're adding. They want trading cryptocurrencies, okay? That's going to be considered as capital gains or losses, exchanging one token for another. For example, Ethereum to, Litecoin or something. That's going to be considered a taxable event. If you are being paid in crypto for services or for selling a product, that's going to be considered income. If you're spending crypto on a crypto debit card, for example, you bought Bitcoin $100 and now it's worth $200. Well, that's considered a taxable gain. Then if you're going to convert it into US dollars, then if you're getting airdrops, for example, that's considered income. If you're mining, that's considered income. And initial coin offerings, which we're not really allowed to do here anyway, but on the very few and far between that we actually have the opportunity to get involved in, that will also be considered a taxable income. So I think between tax season, the 1099s coming out, the misinterpretation of India's situation, the Korea FUD that was still spilling over from last week into this week, and then on top of everything, we had that Tether subpoena that you guys, I know I'm a day late on this, but there was the Tether subpoena, and U.S. regulators are scrutinizing them because the Commodities Future Trading Commission is basically investigating Bitfinex because they're the ones behind Tether, and they're, in a nutshell, basically, do you guys actually have $1 for every Tether? Because you sure are minting them pretty quick, right? And, a lot of people are freaking out about this, but Tether only has a market cap of roughly $2 billion. I mean, I don't know it off the top of my head. It's around $2 billion. I don't see how that's even enough to affect this market as a whole, personally, but let's see. Yeah, $2.2 billion, in comparison to a market that is, where is it? There we go. Yeah, 473 billion now. I mean, it's a splash in the bucket. So I don't really see how that's affecting it. And if you ask me my personal opinion on Tether, I don't really care. Personally, I don't really care if it has the money behind it or not. If you're going to just keep your money in Tether and just leave it in Tether, well then maybe. But I just see Tether as a tool. I see it like anything else, If you're seeing crazy volatility in the market and you want to hedge your money for a little bit while things are going haywire, put it into Tether. It's a tool, nothing else. That's all I see it as. And people that are concerned about it, I don't know, then just hold your money in a bank. You know what I mean? If you're worried about, is it real? I mean, is your money in the bank real? I don't know. It's just numbers on a screen. So that's, I think, the ultimate perfect whirlwind of a storm that's being created that's really been driving this market down right now. I don't see this lasting. It may go down lower. It may in the short term. But I think still, come April, come May, I think we're going to be laughing at these prices. And I think that if there's coins that you're looking at that are on sale today, obviously be responsible, not financial advice, but this is the time to buy. This is the time when everyone is afraid, when everyone is crying and sad. That's when you buy. When everything is to the moon, look what just happened. A lot of people were just buying at all-time highs. I mean, I saw a post on one of my groups, somebody said they were down $15,000 in like a week or something like that. And, these are things that we see all the time as people that have been in the space for a while. But unfortunately for newbies, I mean, that could just ruin the whole experience for you. So you got to be careful. But you know what, guys? I want to show you something. I did some technical analysis, and I actually got a chart set up for you guys. So actually, you see what happened right here is first we had the initial bump on the tail, right? And we're now slowly approaching guys, come on. It's crypto. It goes up, it goes down. Hodl the coins, buy the dips. There's a reason that every single person that's been in the game says the same things, because it's true. Right now, you may be upset. Maybe you bought too high. Take it as a lesson, all right? Find those coins that you're really interested in right now that are dirt cheap, all right? Like Deep Brain Chain is like 10 cents or something like that. I mean, that is like a steal right now, just to name one, because I got NEO on the brain from the conference. But this is shopping day, okay? This is sales day, all right? Not saying go all in. I'd never suggest that, but just got to throw that out there. Now, let's move on to some other news, all right? We don't need to talk about this anymore. So, South Korea actually had $600 million uncovered in an illegal cryptocurrency forex trading. So, that's just another fun thing. And, this is why we're seeing a lot of these, AML laws, KYC, the money laundering, all right? It is an issue, and the governments, they're not fans of it. And no, this is not KuCoin shares, guys. It's the Korean Customs Service, all right? So, every time something like this comes out, it just makes those regulators get closer and closer and closer to the door. So I really wish these guys would stop doing this crap. You're ruining it for the rest of us, but that happened today, or the other day. And another cool story is that Switzerland is actually aiming to be the crypto nation. They're embracing it. They are all for it. They're basically one of the ones at the forefront, right up there with Japan as well, kind of pushing it to the front. And essentially, basically what they're trying to do is they want to piggyback on the success of other blockchains with Swiss deals, such as the smartphone maker Sirin Labs. Okay, Sirin Labs, I just did a review on that in one of my previous videos if you want to check it out. So they're definitely pushing it to the forefront. So it's not all bad news, okay? When you got a country that's claiming that they want to be the crypto nation, so that's pretty cool. Excuse me, guys. Oof, been a long, long day. Been a long week, actually. But in other news, we actually have Lisk, all right? Now, Lisk just got added to the biggest Japanese exchange, Bitflyer, and we were actually able to see a bit of a price spike right here, obviously followed by the immediate dip because of everything that just happened. But that's really good news for Lisk holders. Anytime something comes out on a new exchange, it usually tends to see that, real excitement right in the beginning. That, and on top of the fact that they're having their relaunch event on the 20th where they're going to have the SDK and the rebranding come out. So that's what's happening in the world of Lisk. That probably has a lot to do with the price increase. In other news, RaiBlocks rebranded to Nano, and that actually saw a 41% increase in 24 hours, all right? So that's that news. You might have heard about that already, but I figured for anyone that didn't hear it, they had the rebrand. And I also wanted to tell you guys, because a lot of people were asking me, Achain finally released their wallet for Mac. So I downloaded it today and I checked it out and it's pretty cool. But it's not as user-friendly as I think it could be. Once again, it's all about user experience. You know what I mean? And I like these guys, but it's hard for somebody that doesn't have experience. So what's cool is they did include this little guide down here. You can come in, and it's a really nice, easy tutorial that shows you step by step exactly how to set up your wallet, exactly how to get it, linked up to the blockchain, and how to transfer tokens and everything else. So if you guys are curious about that, you can go over to Achain.com, download the wallet for Mac now. So now they have it for PC, Mac, and mobile, which is awesome. So, and then you can check out the setup guide, which is very, very detailed, goes into everything if you guys need help. And then also, I wanted to tell you guys that High Performance Blockchain, who actually also was having a meetup in San Diego, which unfortunately I was right there, but I couldn't attend it because I had to catch my plane, and it was just, I just couldn't manage my time, even though I was so close. I would have loved to have gone, but I couldn't. But what's really cool is it says the tentative date, but they're trying to be listed by the 5th. So we can expect to potentially see a price increase in high-performance blockchain, provided that this market doesn't continue to dip. If Bitcoin continues to keep getting a hit like it's getting a hit, then news like this probably doesn't matter. But I figured I'd let you guys know if you haven't had a chance to pick it up on BuyBox yet. Now's your opportunity to in a few days when it gets listed on KuCoin. In other news, which I will also be going into detail in my next video, but I wanted to say that Ontology, which is running on the NEO blockchain, they have not had a public ICO yet. The first thing that they did was they actually are airdropping 1,000 tokens to each one of their newsletter subscribers. And then what they did at the NEO DevCon 2 days ago was every single person in the audience, all you had to do was sign your email on your lanyard, hand it over to them, and they will be emailing the details to everyone that was at the conference, and they will be airdropping 500 Ontology tokens to everyone that was at the NEO DevCon. So that's really cool. I like how they're doing this. They're not doing an ICO. They're just kind of helping out those who are supporting it. So that's a really cool model. It's interesting. It's like the guys that actually go to the events, sign up for the newsletters are being rewarded, as opposed to like big whales just getting in early and scooping up all the coins. So I think that was a really cool model, and I'm happy, 500 Ontology, I'll take it. Yeah, why not, right? So that being said, the NEO DevCon was definitely a success. You can come over to Neo News today, and they have DevCon Day 1 and Day 2. They have a really good live blog that they covered everything. They had different YouTube personalities interviewing a bunch of different devs from all different projects on working with Neo. So that's really cool. If you guys want to check it out, there's literally hours worth of content. Also, like I told everybody in my other video, why I wasn't able to make a video yesterday, I was at the conference, but I kept an update. So if anybody was following my Twitter, there's the high performance blockchain thing. Hold on. Yeah, if anybody was following my Twitter yesterday, I tried to keep it up to date. Every time speakers went up, I was kind of dropping. This is my buddy Jeff. Yeah, we met. He's pretty cool guy. And they did a Trinity demo. I got to see Hash Puppies. So you can come check out my Crypto Zombie YouTube channel. My Twitter. It's the Crypto Zombie. I did a bunch of updates there. And yeah, so basically, guys, I'm going to be bringing a full Neo video out later today. So that'll be covering everything from the event. And yeah, I just want to say thank you so much, guys. I appreciate your patience. I wish I could have got a video out to you yesterday. I was just so busy. It was so hectic. I didn't have an opportunity to, but I will get a video out covering a lot of stuff that happened in the NEO DevCon, kind of the key highlights, things that I appreciated from it. So that being said, I know it was a lot to cover. I tried to cram it all in. We're having a little bit of a crazy bear market right now. Don't worry, guys. be calm, you know, it's all right. I mean, I'm down, you're down, we're all down right now, right? But if you have some money on the side, not financial advice, but if you want to get those good deals right now, maybe you bought a coin a little bit high and now it's half off, you know, now you dollar cost average those two costs. You know, if you bought up here, now you buy down here, now you take those two and it's like you're buying right in the middle, right? So basically you essentially got the coin for a much better deal. So that being said, I don't want to ramble on any longer. I know these videos can get really lengthy. I'm super excited to be back in New York. It's been a crazy wild adventure in California, but we are pressing on and we are back on schedule and we are going to be kicking out videos every single day. Please hit the like so other people can find this video. Subscribe if you haven't. Leave me a comment in the description or in the below. Any coins, anything you want me to talk about. I've been making lists, literally paper lists of coins, just writing them down. And I can't wait. I'm excited to really just look into all these awesome projects with you guys. So feels good to be back. Thanks for coming to my channel. My name is K-Dub. This is Crypto Zombie. Stay crypto. And until next time, peace out.